My name's Susan Barnhouse. I attend the 10:30 service. The last few years, that has mostly been online, and that is going to be part of what I'll be sharing about. But I have been a member of this church for about 25 years. What does my faith mean to me? I'll be honest, I cannot tell you when I first came to faith. It's always been a part of me. I've always felt like I've known God. I can tell you, I remember being in college when I first really understood that what God wanted was a relationship with me and not just for me to recognize Him, for me to know Him. He wanted to be in a relationship with me and Jesus. And that was a very eye-opening. And then in my 20s, when I was living in Texas, far away from family, I found a church that was a spirit-filled, non-denominational style of a church. And I connected with the Holy Spirit. And that faith grew, and it got bigger, and it became an even more integral part of who I am and how I understand God. And through that time, I was growing in my faith. And then I decided God was calling me to come back home. And so I moved back to Ohio, and I landed here at Reynoldsburg where some family attended. And I went even bigger in learning and serving. So I got involved in all the things. Bible studies, Sunday school. I served with youth, with kids. I got very involved again with the Emmaus community. I had gone off to Texas 1 week off of my personal walk to Emmaus. It sent me to Texas so full of Him. And when I moved back, I got involved with our community here. So I was doing all the things, serving. And that faith just continued to grow. And what I didn't know at the time was what I was doing in serving, what I was doing in studying. I was building a boat. And I didn't need that boat until 2016. Lots of things happened in 2015, lots of changes. It was very stressful, some of them good, some of them unwelcome. But one of the biggest changes was my mom, who had Alzheimer's, was nearing the end of her life. And those were emotions that I had not wanted to deal with for the 10 years since she had been diagnosed. So I stuffed them and I put them in a box. And then in 2016, when she actually passed in April, those emotions exploded out of that box like a tidal wave. And if it hadn't been for that boat, if it hadn't been for that faith, I would have drowned. I have been able to be a shoulder and a companion and a help to other people who've had parents walking through that same situation. But God didn't leave me with just that size of a boat, because 3 years later, what we thought was a flu turned out to be liver cancer in my dad. And it turned out that his cancer had already gotten so progressed by the time he was diagnosed that they told us our only choice was hospice. And so it was either have him go to somewhere or come to my home where he had a room. And our community came around, our family came around, and he was able to be surrounded by family. And I had to go back in that boat again. But it was okay, because now my boat was bigger and it was stronger, and I didn't have to go all the way down to the bottom of the boat. And even though my serving now still looks a little bit different, because I'll be honest, It's still really hard for me to deal with being emotional, and music does me in. So being in a worship service in person is still pretty difficult. So I worship online. And I have to say, I'm so grateful that our church offers that. And I serve now as one of the online hosts some Sundays. And I now serve, I host a Wesley group, I facilitate a Wesley group in my home. Sometimes you need to be able to stay home in your boat and worship in private. And that's okay. I don't plan to stay in that boat. And I'm in service sometimes, and I'm going to be in service more. But I think it's important to know that everybody's faith is different, and everybody's journey through faith is different. And sometimes it's different from year to year and experience to experience. And that doesn't mean it's less. Sometimes it's more. It just looks different.